Samson. You could call me Samael too if you want. I've been called worse, right? So yeah. It really doesn't matter. I mean, granted, I'm going by a, oh, what do you call that? What's the word? Alias. HOTUS for gaming. But I had half a mind to change this to my name anyway, Samuel Ronan. But the thing is, I don't know if that would actually garner better attention or not. Like, and I don't like talking about it like this either, because on the one hand, yes, I'm trying to grow a channel, yes, I'm trying to self-promote, and yes, I'm trying to promote other things. That being said, it's all for the end goal of political revolution, organizing, and infrastructure building, right? It's always about the relationship building for me. It's never about myself. It's never about elevating myself. I want to build a platform upon which others can stand. It's just, I don't know how to do that. And with YouTube, it's basically throwing whatever sticks against the wall until, you know, something works. With Twitch, it seems like you just gotta grind it out and be lucky, and have a niche that people recognize and understand. Like, that's why I have the ticker up there, is because that is unique. Not very many people have that. That's a speed run ticker, and most people have that are doing speed runs, and that's why I made it gimmicky. I'm speed running the game of life, haha, to become president, haha, right? And right now we're working on becoming a famous YouTube streamer or Twitch streamer, right? And so I feel like there's definitely that merit, that element of entertainment and validity, and especially once I finally get a hold of a lawyer, which will be on Monday, to establish a 501c3 for a debt forgiveness agency, I think we'll be really good to go. I think people will see, like, oh, $1 of donation has a $320 impact, right? I think that kind of deliberate activism with a casual atmosphere while playing games and interacting with the channel and doing what Hanish, I think his name is? Hassan. So he already has a big channel, and so whenever he's on, he's able to have that discourse with his 20,000 people or whatnot. And he built that reputation from whatever else. I have no idea. All I know is that he exists at this point. And that's essentially what I want to do. I want to be able to have that kind of discourse. I want to be like Asmongold, who can just watch videos and interact with his channel and community and get them interested in talking about things that they otherwise wouldn't be, or addressing issues that would be relevant to them, right? And that's kind of where I'm at. That's why the two things that I'm doing is trying to promote game content as much and as crazily as possible while having a conversation, building a YouTube channel, making thumbnails, making titles, descriptions, tags, the whole 9 yards. But I'm also trying to do off-stream where I just play music as a background thing so that anybody can, be involved and hopefully grow the channel that way, so that there's that passive growth and active growth. But it still doesn't amount to much if the social media algorithms keep you at bay, and that's what I'm trying to overcome right now. Oh, well, by all means, tell me more, because I know absolutely nothing about Hassan other than that he's a big streamer and one of the few who actually are politically active, or that's not the right word, have discourse about political topics. Like he was talking about transgender issues and rights in his stream earlier, but it was more talking about how it isn't normal to do and that there's a negative connotation for doing so or something weird like that. So I wasn't really following, but it seemed like a very centrist approach to transgender issues from his position, which I don't think is a bad thing, because he was having the discourse in a positive manner. It was just, I think he was discussing the point of discussing trans issues rather than actually giving trans activists a platform, which is what I would do. And what I'm actually hoping on doing also with this channel, so many things, right, is getting Matt Bum to do like a 1 hour sort of podcast with me, and we're just gonna take on the issue of the week in that back and forth, and I think that'll be really good because our back and forths are phenomenal. He's great on camera. He's interesting to listen to. He's very smart, very dedicated, very passionate, and I think it would definitely bounce well off of each other. Yeah, that is literally the same opinion I got from Hassan, is that he's on the cusp of being a good ally. He's an ally. He's woke, but he isn't the kind of ally that can provide the platform for growth. He's the kind of ally that can start the conversations and have the conversations, but he isn't one that can build the bridges, if you will. He can lay the foundations for the bridges to be built, but I don't see him building bridges with the way I heard him speak today. Right, that's what I'm saying. He's a positive influence, but he's like step maybe number 1 out of like 10, right? Like if 10 is militant activism, turning your platform over to the disenfranchised demographic specifically for an hour at a time and ensuring that they get maximum viewership, if that's 10, he's a 1. And that's fine. We need everybody along those lines, but right now it's like we barely even get to 3. So, again, we'll take what we can get, right? Yeah. Well, and to that end, I mean, I've said this a lot. I always thought I was conservative. From a very young age, I thought I was conservative because what I believed in, universal healthcare, education, a strong military, but a strong middle class as well, a strong and enlisted corps specifically, like taking care of our soldiers, not necessarily going to war. A strong infrastructure, great agriculture, better energy efficiency, all these things that are extremely left-wing, I thought were conservative because that's taking care of your country. It's taking care of your society. And so I was like, well, of course that's conservatism, because you're conserving what matters the most to you. But that unfortunately was very naive, because clearly conservatism, nowadays especially, is fascism. Conservatism is regression, at best at this point. But it used to be that conservatism was it was like social conservatism was the definition of conservatism, whereas fiscal responsibility was classical conservatism. And now it's neo-fascism and going back to the 1800s. It's nuts. So, I wish, I would invite you onto Discord, but I don't know your handle on Discord. And I can't place you in RL either right now. And I don't mean that in a rude way. It's just Janice from accounting is very different than what your Facebook handle probably is. Yeah, but to be conservative nowadays is a choice. It's a mentality. It's us versus them. It's I didn't do this thing. It's self-defense. But it's self-defense in a negative light.